So today I have a pretty different type of video for my channel. Today I'm going to talk about basically freshman tips that I learned as a freshman in college, and I just want to share with you guys what I've learned and how to prepare and my experience and what not to do and all of that jazz, because I know going into college I didn't know how to prepare really. So I just wanted to help anybody out there that is going to be a freshman in college, and I just want to give you guys my tips. So I have a little list right here, so that is why I'm going to be looking down and stuff, just to let you guys know. So okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is how to prepare for college, and this is really big because if you're like me and you're going to a school that is like about 4 to 3 hours from where you live, you can't just, call up your parents and say you need this, this, and this. So you want to make sure that you prepare really well. So my first tip is to only pack the clothes for the upcoming season. So when you become a freshman, you're probably going to go to school in August. I know that is in Georgia. I don't know about all the other states, but I know in Georgia, college freshman classes start in August. So you only want to pack fall and winter clothes because you're not going to have a lot of space in your room to pack fall, winter, summer, and spring clothes. Like, you're not going to have space for that. So you really only need to pack the clothes for the upcoming seasons. So then when you go home, you can just like switch out your clothes. Like for Christmas break, you can switch out your clothes and you can bring more summer clothes and things like that, just so your room won't be like cluttered. The next thing you want to do is make sure you see how your dorm room looks, and you want to make sure that you go on a college tour. Make sure you look at the dorms so you can have a visual of what furniture comes in the dorm, what the dorm looks like, how you're going to store everything, all of that stuff. You really only need to bring like the essentials to college. Like, you don't need to bring like your own desk because they will probably provide you with one. So you don't want to bring like any big furniture because you really don't need it, except for like a TV. You might want a TV. Other than that, you don't need to bring any big furniture. Like, you can always bring chairs and stuff, but you don't need like a full-blown desk and bookshelf and stuff because you're not going to have space for that. Okay, so my next tip is to pack what you need. That is my next tip. Like, it is okay if you overpack a little bit because you can more than likely find somewhere for that stuff to go. I'm saying this because when I first got to college, on move-in day, I thought I had overpacked so much because everybody else's piles were so small compared to mine. So I was like, oh my gosh, I overpacked. I'm not going to have room for this. But you will find room. Like, you will find room to store things. So don't bring like the bare essentials. Like, bring what you know you will need. And you always want to make sure to check with your school and have a list of what you can and cannot bring, so you don't bring extra things and you have to return them or like taking them back home. Because I know my school, I couldn't bring like a toaster oven, like hot plates and stuff, because some college websites, they said that you can bring those things to college, but my school said no, you can't bring like toaster ovens, like I said, hot plates, and you can't bring extension cords, but you could bring surge protectors, which are different. So yeah, so you really want to make sure that you have a list of your school's can and cannot brings. So my next tip is to also bring storage containers. You really want to bring storage containers of some kind. Like, if you have a whole bunch of clothes, I would suggest to bring like a tote or a bin. So if your clothes don't fit in the closet, then you can always put them in there. Like, I put my tote on the ground and then I put my refrigerator on top of the tote. So you can always like find a place for it and everything like that. So you really want to make sure that you bring plenty of storage containers. So the next thing you want to make sure that you bring to college is command strips. And I say that because command strips can be used for so many things. Like, I had command strips to hang up my pictures, obviously, and I had it so I can hang up my keys. And you can really use command strips for a lot of things, and they don't damage the walls, so you won't get fined at the end of the year for damaging school property and all of that stuff. So command strips are really, really good in college. So now you really want to make sure that you bring extra hygiene supplies, like extra toothpaste, extra soap, extra shampoo and conditioner, like extra things that you know you are going to probably run out of quickly, just because if you don't have a car, if you don't have a job, if you don't have money, you won't be struggling because you can't go get it. So now I'm pretty sure that that's all of the how to prepares for college. So now I'm going to talk about during college. So during college, my main thing is to stay organized, just because it helped me a lot. I had a calendar, and I would write down all of my assignments on the calendar, just so I can make sure I'm updated with my work and all that stuff, and nothing is turned in late or anything like that. So you really want to make sure that you just stay organized, because that is a really big deal. So however you organize your things, I would suggest that you just really, really stay organized throughout the school year. So my next tip is to write down all of your assignments. Like, write down a to-do list of everything that you need to do, and as you go along, like, check off the to-do list. I used to do this personally, or every day I knew I had a bunch of work to do, I would write on a little sticky note what the assignment is, what I need to study for, and all that stuff, and I would just mark it off, because it's better to just have it in a list than just in your head, because more than likely you're going to forget if it's just in your head. So it's just better to write it down. So my next tip is to make sure that you have a good schedule. And when I'm saying this, I mean like when you do your homework, when you go to sleep, like how late you go to sleep and all of that stuff. You really want to get on a good routine. Like, this is just going to help you to make sure that you stay on track, make sure that you stay focused. So now my next tip is something that I really didn't do, but I kind of wish I would have. And it is to go to the gym regularly and try to form a regular gym routine before you go to college as well. Because I say this because at school, I know at my school, the dining halls are like basically a buffet every time you go. So if you eat a buffet every day, then of course you're going to get fat. Like, you're going to gain the freshman 15 or whatever. So you really want to make sure that you have a good gym routine so that you don't gain that extra weight, because nobody really wants that. And make sure that you're just eating healthy, or trying to eat the more healthy options every once in a while, or every so often, and not getting like fast food every day, because I had to learn the hard way. Eating all that fast food and eating all that mess, like, it really messed with my skin the first 2 months I was in school, because you guys know, like, I pretty much have clear skin basically 75% of the time, 80% of the time. So when I got to college and I was eating like burgers every day, hot dogs every day, pizza every day, it messed with my skin so bad. I was getting breakouts and breakouts and breakouts, and I was like, what is going on? And it was because of what I was eating. So you really want to make sure that you are eating healthy. So now my next tip is to try to turn in all your assignments at least a day early, or have them finished a day early. Because if you're like me, I'm a huge procrastinator. So you really don't want to be that person who has like a 5-paper essay and just started the day it's due, because that's so much stress, and you really don't want that. Last year, I really tried to just have all my work done either a day before, or I would try to work on it as soon as I found out about it. Okay, so my next tip is to just have a balance between school work, and like friends, because you don't want to be going to a party every weekend and getting turned and all that stuff, and then miss out on your work, and then your GPA goes down, and it's just terrible. So you really want to make sure that you just have a balance of schoolwork and friends, and you don't just focus all of your energy or all of your time into just one thing. And while at college, I learned to be very cautious just with everything, like with money, with my surroundings, everything basically. So you really want to just be cautious and be safe and everything, like when you go to parties and all of that. And my last tip is to just stay focused. And that's all you want to do, like, because that is such a big key. If you are unfocused in college, then it is just going to go downhill, and you really don't want that because college is too expensive. So you really want to make sure that you stay focused, that you're on top of all of your classes. Like, you just really want to stay focused, because I know it is really easy to get very distracted, like with the parties and the friends and all of that stuff. So I'm going to just give you guys a little short summary of my college experience. My college experience was good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed being away from home and all of that stuff, but it really did teach me a lot of valuable things that I am going to need, like in life, like with money and with friends and people, and just things like that. Like, so I really feel like everybody should at least 1 year of college experience. As hard as I thought it was gonna be, like, I don't know why, but I had this picture in my head like it was gonna be so difficult and I was gonna be struggling, but it really isn't that hard if you like stay focused, like I said, and are organized. Because I'm not gonna lie, like I did get like unfocused probably like the end of the first semester. I got a little unfocused and like I had missed assignments and stuff, but like when I got back focused and organized, it was just smooth sailing from there on. And I did live in a community style like room, and I had a community bathroom, and I thought that was gonna be the worst thing ever. I was not about that life, but community bathrooms are not that terrible. Like, it kind of depends on who lives in your hallway and how clean they are and all that stuff. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like there was some times where I was like in the community bathroom, because at my school they didn't clean it on the weekends, they just cleaned it during the week. So it's not like as bad as probably you're expecting it to be. So I really hope that this helps somebody who is entering freshman into college. I really do, because I wish somebody had did this video or whatever for me when I was going into college, just so I could get a better understanding of how it's going to be like and what I could do better. So yeah, so I really hope that you guys like this video, and if you did, then give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next one.